Officials in Hawaii confirm at least 36 people have been killed in wildfires. Hundreds of buildings have been damaged or destroyed on the island of Maui, and thousands of people have fled to shelters. So I want to bring in Ilihia Gionson, Hawaii's Tourism Authority Public Affairs Officer. Thank you so much for joining us. I imagine there's a lot going on. I read that nearly 3 million tourists visit Maui every year. So I can't imagine the operation to get all these people to safety and off the island. How is Hawaii helping the tourists?
Yeah, to paint the picture first, Maui has a resident population of 150, 160,000, and on any given day, there are 70,000 visitors.
Mm,
So that tells you how big of an impact the visitor industry has on the island and how important it is for visitors to leave when there's a disaster like this so that we can focus all of our attention and resources on helping residents who
right.
have lost home, who have lost loved ones, who have lost businesses, lost livelihoods.
Talk to me about the firefighter situation if you know about it. Do you have enough firefighters to get this under control? You're an island. It's not like it's in Florida and we can just drive from various states to get to you. Do you have enough?
That's a little bit out of my lane, but I will say that, the firefighters on different islands are definitely there to support one another. We also have lots of military support
Okay.
through our National Guard, as well as some of the active duty components helping with things like airdrops of water, things like that.
Ilihia, let's talk about the areas damaged, because I saw that sort of a major business area is almost completely wiped out. These are areas that tourists plan on coming to. What does that mean for tourism on the island?
Yeah, the town of Lahaina, very historically significant place, a former capital of the Hawaiian Kingdom, the home of whaling when that was an industry here. And so it's a really significant historic place that many people visiting Maui do visit. Many of the resorts are in that area of West Maui. And so this will definitely make a big impact in the economic driver of Hawaii. But I do want to refocus on the fact that there are people who live here.
Mm.
Right? Economic impacts are big, significant, important, but we have residents who have lost loved ones, and we really appreciate those visitors who are heeding our call at this time to leave Maui so that that attention and resources can be focused on recovery efforts.
So two
Although it's
questions.
important that one area of West Maui is affected. There are parts of Hawaii Island affected, but the rest of the Hawaiian Islands are still open, are still able to welcome visitors. The islands of Oahu, Kauai, most of Hawaii Island, island of Lanai, for example. So if folks have travel plans in the coming weeks, we recommend they reach out to their accommodations to make sure that they're able to keep those plans.
So
And maybe try another island, right?
yeah.
Hawaii is one of my favorite.
I've never been to Maui, but just so I can understand it, people watching, this is mainly affecting the western side of Maui. Is that right?
Yes, so the
Well,
west side of Maui, the resort areas of Lahaina, Ka'anapali, those are the places most impacted at this time. There are also other brush fires in South Maui near Kihei, Wailea, but those are less impactful than the devastation we're seeing in Lahaina.
so just to be clear, are you asking people going to Maui, anywhere in Maui, to not go at this time?
For today, yes, there are a number of canceled flights. The airlines have been fantastic partners in canceling some flights to avoid bringing more people to Maui at this time, but still flying those planes to help get people off the island, return home. We're here at the Hawaii Convention Center in Honolulu, where we have an assistance center for people who could get off of the island of Maui, but either couldn't get back home or want to continue their stay in the islands, but are unable to do so on Maui.
All right, we hear you loud and clear. If you want to go to Maui right now, don't go. The priority is the people who live there. Thank you for taking the time to talk to us. We're all thinking about you all.
Mahalo. Thank you.